Welcome back YouTube. Today's video I'm going to start stripping the engine down. As you can see, I've already got the sump off. I took it off earlier, but that is the only thing that I've took off other than the auxiliaries and stuff. I just took this off early because I had a little bit of spare time, so I took it off. I've tried to set the camera up as best I can. I could zoom out more so you can see me more, but I feel like you won't be able to see the engine as well. So I've zoomed back in a little bit. It might cut me out a little bit, but I feel like it's better off cutting me out than not being able to see the engine properly. So as for underneath for now, once you took the sump off, obviously it's just 5mm Allen keys. You have got the sensor as well. Mine is baffled with the plastic baffles, which I've took out. I've gone and put that in the cleaning machine, etc. I'm just going to take the oil pump off, the feed pipe and stuff, and then I'm going to spin the engine over, and then we'll start taking the top off, the chain covers, etc. I will try and bring the camera over as best I can as and when I need to show you stuff. Before we get into it, I do want to say I've never stripped one of these before. I've never built one of these before. We mainly specialise in gearbox and stuff here. I've been a car mechanic 15 years, but if you're following it to do it yourself, do it at your own risk, because this is my first time doing one of these. So anything I say, take it with a pinch of salt, because it's just as my best knowledge is and not factual. So let's get to it. Quick off part to start. These are 5mm Allen keys. Right, the main pump bolts are a bit bigger. They're 6mm Allen key. See, this is quite a weird straight setup. And the engines I've stripped before, generally the oil pump is chain driven, like when I built the BM. But this is quite weird. It kind of looks like it comes down here. I'm guessing it runs off there's some kind of gear in here and a shaft as a guess. Like I said, I've not done one before, so I don't know, but it looks to me like it runs off a shaft, but we'll soon find out. I've looked into some stuff to learn about it, and then other stuff I'm just going to learn as I go along. There you go. Yeah, runs off a shaft. Like an Allen key, and it's set the same both ends, so it just runs off a shaft. I'm guessing when we strip it further down later on, it runs through, which I'm guessing runs off a gear there, something to do, kind of, the timing chain runs there, so I'm guessing there's some kind of gear or something where it runs off the, I'm guessing they've done that just because the weird thing about this engine is it's almost like the size of a 4-cylinder with a 6-cylinder, so I'm guessing they have to do different stuff to try and keep it compact. That's it, and then you just got these two here. There's a dowel there, so just watch that, make sure it's not stuck on it. See what the varieties are, the 6 or bigger. These are 6. I'll just take the other socket off first. Right, so we're off that down. That's it, come on. She's coming. Just getting to this dial down there now. Oh, there we are. Slightly tarnished, but I'll clean that all up. What I'll do is, while I run this way, I'll take this little bottom cover off, and then I'll spin the camera around so you can see the other side. And those again. This is just your crank seal cover. Doesn't matter too much to break this because I will be putting a new one on anyway. Down over here. Okay. I'm gonna go like not is it? Oh yeah. Obviously that'll knacker the seal, so if you do that, don't be reusing that seal. Right, we'll spin the camera and I'll get back. Right, this cover, this side cover wants to come off after you take the cam cover off. So let's take that off. Right, oh, we've got 10 mils again. Right, feeding that. These are captive bolts, so they don't come out. So you can get them out, but they're basically held in with like rubber and stuff, so you have to like fire them out. So for now, they're just stay I will be coating everything. Obviously the block will get painted. I'm going to Cerakote that, I think. Cam cover is going to be powder coated. I'm going to do that myself as well. You just want to find somewhere to leave this then. Down there's a good little spot. Pop up there. Come on there, find anything. That's what to do anyway. Straight off. That. Nice. Obviously, I'll be cleaning all of that off. Yeah, it's pretty minging. Get the rest of this circle off. Right, it's back to 5 mils again. We've got the timing chain tension off. Ain't got a clue where I put my bar. The 27 on it, so use my spanner instead. Obviously, usually you wouldn't just want to be whipping this out, say if you were just doing the timing chain, but obviously I'm completely stripping the engine, so I don't need to get the timing right. There we go. See, it's on these seals as well. Right, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to take the top timing chain guides off to get the timing chain off. I'm going to take the variable vane pulleys off, and then I'm going to get the cams out. I'm going to take the head off, and then I'm going to leave it as that for today. Now, one thing to say before I take the cams off, I'm going to take you over and show you. You can mark them again, but these cams are marked. So if you look there, I don't know where you can see, I'm trying not to shine too much light. Basically it goes 1, 2, see the 3, it's too bright, 3, 4, and then so on. I've also got that, hold the cams, and you can just level everything out. I mean, if you want to double, you'll be sure, you can mark them. But yeah, let's start by taking the chains off, and we'll work that out when we get to. Let's see what these are. 6. One out, and then around here. What's that? I think that other one might be a 5mm Allen key. Have a look at it. Yeah. One's a 5mm Allen key. Check that out. Is the upper chain. Now you want to take these off, but you want to hold this cam ID there. You could try use an impact gun, but it's not really ideal. This is 32mm, 18mm. That was a bit of a pain in the ass. Felt then like I might have been better off with an impact gun. To be honest, for the other one, with all that movement, I'm just going to use an impact gun. Just be careful and still hold it with a spanner, just so don't. It looks alright with them. Now we can take this plate off. They look like multi-point. There they are. The multi-point, they are 8. Slide this off. Try not to cock it. Obviously your little guide there, so it's got the plastic tangs, press them down, get them off, change that guide. Put that down there for now. Right, so now we can take the caps off. Obviously, like I said, these are numbered. What I'll be using, I don't know if you see it from there. I have one of these trays. They're numbered. You can put the cams in here. So it's a good little extra piece. We'll put these down here. Numbered one this end. Obviously we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, so it'll work out perfect that way around. These are all 10 mils. 10 mil nuts. Where are they? Oh no, they're not. They are not 10 mil. They're 11 mil. Strange. There we go. I'm going to check them all for scoring. I'm just going to take them all off and put them down there for now. I'll go over them after and check the scoring and stuff. Because to be honest, I want to clean them all off properly before I decide if they're alright. Camera up. We'll have a little look at the bottom then. We'll have another look when I clean it off, but so far they look fine. Bring you into a little bit, look. M12. Someone felt a bit iffy, that did. A little extension on that. Where that's hitting. And then you wipe that one. You've got a little bit iff there. Yeah, see that? Not seated properly. Obviously you can't reuse these bolts anyway. I've got studs and nuts, but if you're not using studs and nuts, you want new bolts. They are one-time use only as a stretch. We are. So she is off. At a glance, everything looks alright. What I'm going to do though is, I'm going to put a little bit of oil down here. I'm just going to turn it over and have a quick look. Now I'm putting new pistons in and stuff, but obviously I don't want to really score the boards or anything, so just put a little drip of, put a bit of oil down. It's probably a bit too much, but don't matter. Oh, excessive. We'll drain it off after anyway. I'll spin it around and move it upside down. Okay. Nice and smooth. We haven't got much left to do on this now. While I've been off camera, I did take the bottom chain off. There's not really a lot to it. There's just a couple of bolts. Took that off. So now all we've got to do is get the pistons out, the rods, and the crank out. So the main caps, they are numbered. 1, 2, 3. You'll see them stamped in them. I can't be able to bring the camera over, it's hassle, but you'll see them clear as day. All you want to do is, you want to take a photo or a video of showing the orientation. So, because obviously you could go 1, 2, 3 and put them backwards, you could also put them upside down. So what you want to just get a video, photo, whatever, so you can see it's the back side of the block and this is the way it goes round, etc. Just so you put them back the right way round. You could also paint pen them and put an arrow pointing to whichever direction you wanted, however you want. I'm not going to do any of that. I've took a photo and a video showing the orientation of where the numbers are in respect to which side of the block it is. So it doesn't matter for me. As for the rods, again, you could mark them if you want to. I'm not using these rods, I'm not using the pistons, but even though I'm not, I'm still going to keep them together. I'm not using the bolts, the rods or anything. So what I'm going to do is, first off, I'm going to take the caps off all the rods, and what I'll do is I'm just going to put them on the bench on that little table in the way they came out, and then as I take the piston out, I'll put the cap and the bolts back through, just so they're all together. I shouldn't ever need them, but it's just best to do it just in case you need them for whatever reason. So we're going to start by taking all the rod caps off. These are 12mm. So I'm just going to take it off as is like that, and then I'm just going to place it on the bench, and then we'll worry about it after. This engine's done 100,000, by the way. To be fair, it's clean. No marks at all. But we got to see Right, what I'm going to do now is, I'm going to take all the main caps off. I'll put them in order anyway, but obviously they're in number, so it doesn't really matter. Take the mains off, and then we'll pop the pistons out the bottom. I'll do them one by one and put the cap on the way they're meant to be. And then that's it. After that, the block's pretty much stripped down. There might be some oil jets and stuff underneath. We'll see after what we're going to do with them. I'm going to crack these off. I'm going to go on the centre first. And I'm not using this crank anyway, but so. I'm going to take them out with the bolts in. Again, I don't need the bolts because I will be using the ARP studs. And clean. Okay. There's your thrust washers. Oh, the other one's still in there. Clean again. That's it. There goes the crankshaft. Right, now I'm just going to push the pistons out one by one and put the caps back on them. They're a bit stuck. Good thing to use is the rubber grip on the bottom of the hammer. Alright, there's one. So it came out this way around. So put the cap back on. So the cap was sat around that way. So just, like I said, I'm not reusing these, but it's just in case. It's you might as well put them back out the wear, just in case you ever need them or anything. Or even if you want to sell them, whatever you want to do. It's just good to put them back together. I'm not going to start them all, but just want to wind them down. Clean it off and have a look. See, it's got skirt coating. Start to come off a little bit. Both sides. But to be fair, there's no scoring or anything. It doesn't look like it's ever picked up at all. We'll just clean these off and then I'll give you a close-up of these bottom bearings. Well, the top essentially. I don't know whether you can see it, but there's a slight bit just there. But for 100,000 miles, they are pretty clean. I'm going to spin it over. We'll have a quick look on the other side. First, I'm just going to hit it with a bit more brake cleaner. Try and wash off as much of the oil as I can. Obviously, it is going to get clean, painted. It's going to be honed. I'm going to take it to the machine shop. It's going to be honed. It's going to be checked. The balls are going to be checked to make sure that it is what it does want, standard size pistons. I'm hoping it does because I've already ordered them. If not, I'll have to hope that Pro Race will exchange them. There we go. So, that is it. The block is completely stripped. So now, obviously, that'll do for this video. What I'm going to do is I'll get the block off the stand, send it over to a machine shop, get it checked for the bore size. I'm going to get it decked, resurfaced. I'm going to get some other tolerances and stuff checked, and then obviously when it comes back I'm going to paint it. Probably going to use Cerakote. I'm going to do that myself, so I'll Cerakote the block. I'm going to do it black, and then we'll start getting to work of putting it back together. I think the other tolerance I'm going to check myself with plastic gauge, etc. Because I ideally want to build it myself. Would be easier. It's not. Do you know what? I'm not even trying to cheat. I'm not even trying to cheap out. It's not that. It's the fact that I want to do it myself. I want to sit back and be able to say I built the engine, if you know what I mean. So hopefully it won't come back to bite me in the arse, but we'll see. So yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.